How's it going, guys? My name is Tavares, and welcome to my second channel, where we take a more behind-the-scenes and off-the-cuff look at stuff I do on my main channel. Now, some of you, if you watch my main channel videos, will have noticed that my shop looks different. The shop that I do all my work in looks very, very different from how it looked weeks and months ago. And that is no mistake, because we have been at work behind the scenes fixing a lot of things in the shop, moving a lot of things around, and I want to show you guys today what we've been working so hard to do. Now, we're not 100% done with the entire process, but I'm really proud of what we've done. Let's check it out. Welcome everyone to the new Wrench Everyday HQ. This has been the culmination of a lot of work, and these guys are a big part of, we love each other here, you know?
We really do.
We really do.
It's a family. Family affair.
So, as you can tell, things are a little bit different in this shop, and that's because this shop is no longer going to have any sort of mechanical work in it. This shop is going to be for me and Rex. Rex and I will be doing a new channel coming soon, and it's going to be focusing on detailing, flipping cars, that sort of thing. And this shop is going to be the place where really nice cars go. It's going to be a clean shop. We're not going to have any sort of body work or dust or nothing. And Rex made sure
that's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah.
And also, when you say no more mechanical work,
don't look at me.
So that doesn't count.
Ignore this.
That does not ignore that. Ignore that part of the shop. That 1,000 square feet that's currently being taken up by some
Science project.
Yeah, some science project. So we're in the process of moving. That is a big project. That is the wiring harness for my McLaren P1. So you're going to be seeing that on my main channel, and we're probably going to do a deep dive on this channel. But yeah, just disregard that. That's Adam from Smart EFI, and he's basically having a panic attack, so that's okay. But I wanted to go over everything we have here and all the stuff that's going to be coming up on this channel and the main channel. So first off, you see a bunch of auto stackers from Benpack. These are really, really, really cool. I first saw them on Schmuseum, his garage out in the UK, and I thought, hey, why not put these in this shop, because you know they look really, really cool. So what do you guys think of these lifts?
They're fancy.
They're fancy.
very
Fancy.
fancy.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
So I like these because they're parking lifts. You can't really do much work underneath the car, but they do have, like, if you want, you can have an opening in the middle, and then you can do stuff like oil changes, but these are just going to be for parking. And they have different heights that you can lock them. Right now, we have them sort of in a low profile mode because I like having the cars a little bit closer together, but there's plenty of room to open doors. Like, if you look over here, oh, well, I don't have the key. Let me get the key. I probably should have had the key.
Hey, you can stand on this.
We should probably link the channel. Like the
So-
detailing channel should get linked right now. Like when you did a call to action, subscribe.
Yeah, we haven't really figured out what we're gonna call it.
Just make it.
Yeah,
Channel 3.
What should we call channel?
Rex. Rex and effects.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to make this channel now. So in the link in the video description is going to be a channel, and you guys have to subscribe to it.
What are we gonna call it?
I have an idea. I think we're going to call it Art of the Flip, because it's going to be us flipping cars.
Oh, it's not because I'm Filipino.
Yeah, Art of the Flip. He's the flip.
Yeah, I'm a flip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I thought you. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
that was
mean,
it.
it works on so many
I
levels.
was so happy when you
Yeah.
said art of the flip. I
Yeah.
thought it's because it's art of Filipinos, but no.
Yeah. Well, it's only mildly racial, so it's fine.
Mahal kita.
Oh, thanks. Mahal din kita.
What was it? Salamat? Salamat. By the way, I do know a little bit of Tagalog. When I told Rex that this was going to be his car, I said, "Ito ang iyong sasakyan," and then that means this is your car, right?
And I was stripping. I'm like, man, did he really say that? That's pretty cool. So now I got a free Supra. So yeah, cool friends gives free cars. Also, Matt, we're gonna put a lien on your title because this car's been here for like 3 months now. So if you don't come and get it, we're gonna sell it.
Yeah, and If you don't come and get it very soon, we're gonna let Max Speed Mike take it for a run.
That's the worst thing you could do to a car. Oh, you're here. I'm sorry, bro.
So we need to give context to everything that we were talking about. First off, this is my McLaren 675 LT, and the door opens, and I can get inside it, which is really, really cool on this lift. Next door right here is a 1993 Toyota Supra Mark IV. We built it for Rex, for my friend Rex. He didn't know that it was for him, and then we took it to SEMA, and then we told it was for him, and he still doesn't believe me because he hasn't registered this car yet. You registered the car?
Today.
Oh my God, congratulations.
And I get it in Grundy too.
Wow, okay, so he registered the car. Also, everybody in the comments say congratulations to Rex because he is now legal, okay? He is now a U.S. citizen.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, he's a U.S. citizen. I'm not joking.
I'm undeportable, guys.
He's undeportable. We're gonna make a little T-shirt that says undeportable for Rex. But no, it's a really big deal. Rex is now a U.S. citizen.
We didn't build the wall fast enough.
No,
Yeah,
we did.
no.
We apparently did not build the wall.
I waited
fast
too.
enough.
I gave you guys a chance.
No, they built the wall, but in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know, he just went around the other way. Yeah.
Never works.
Yeah, Jack's still not a citizen. Jack is actually Canadian. Yeah, people don't know that. Yeah, Jack is.
Hey.
He's overstayed his visa.
What was that about?
By 20 years. Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah,
Don't send
He's
me
the
away,
next
please.
one.
yeah. None of that information may be true, but this is Matt Armstrong's RS6. It's an Audi RS6. It's also right-hand drive. I believe it's a 2011, and he has done quite a bit of work to it. Now, he's taken out the RS6 engine because he blew it up, and then he put an RS7 engine in it, and then now it's sort of holding power. It's making a lot of power, like 650 horsepower. And he made this a lot wider than it was when he got it. And it's really, really cool. It's an impossible car to park. It's an impossible car to put on a trailer. So that's why he just left it here. And I think this car would actually be a really good way for me to demonstrate our sponsor, Carly. Now, if you guys don't know what Carly is, it is an absolute game changer that allows you to access valuable data and take back control over your car. You have diagnostics, live data, and in some instances, you can code your car to have features it never had from the factory. In addition, there are tons of repair guides because cars are more complicated now than there have ever been, but Carly makes it super easy to understand all of your car's complicated systems. And one of my favorite things about Carly is its intelligent predictions feature. Not only does it tell you what's likely to happen in your car, but it gives you a percentage. So in this case, there's a 32.3% chance that this car may have a problem with the ignition. And I think there's a 100% chance of that happening in this Audi RS6. It also tells you how much time left you have until your next major service. You also have a used car mileage check to make sure that your mileage wasn't tampered with. And you have live data, which gives you a ton of information about your engine while it's running. It also gives you a state of health on your car's battery. Now, this car has been sitting for a little while, and I should probably put it on the tender because it says very bad. So we definitely need to get some more charge in this battery. So one of the most important features of Carly is its diagnostic feature. You can understand and check your car's issues in detail, clear fault codes, and prevent future issues and damages. And in the case of this RS6, we see that it definitely needs some work. But by far, the coolest feature of Carly, if you have a BMW, VW, or Audi, is the coding. You can actually code stuff to your car that it didn't have from the factory, and we're gonna do that real time in this car. I hope Matt, the owner, isn't gonna be too mad, but I think he's probably not gonna notice anyway. So all you have to do is check compatibility to make sure your car actually can be coded, and Carly does the rest. Now it tells me that the number of compatible ECUs I can code is 5, and all compatible ECUs can be read. That's a really good sign. Now I think we can code something in the instrument cluster, which in this car is called a combi unit. So if I press one button, Carly makes a backup of the coding in the car, so then I can always go back to where I started. I'm gonna program something called indicators without daytime running lights. Now this car comes with daytime running lights. The lights are always on whenever the car is running. To make the indicators more visible, visible, those daytime running lights will now turn off. And now that we've restarted the car, seems like everything works. So if you go to the link in my video description, you can get a special discount, and that's only for my viewers. So it's in the link in the video description below. It's totally worth it. Go check it out right now. Now right above this is this Honda Integra Type R, and I do say Honda, not Acura. We did have Acura Integras in the States, but this is a Honda not owned by me, but my friend Derek from across the street. And what do you guys think about this car?
It's cool. It's really cool. I love these cars, man. I remember when they first came out, and it was like $32,000 for like the really nice one, and I was like, man, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money for a Honda. It's a lot of money for an Acura, yeah.
It's a lot of money for a Honda because when you're a broke kid and you look at a car like that, you're like, man, leather seats, 6-speed. Was it a 6-speed? Was it a 6?
No, this one was a
This one.
5-speed. So this is a 97 or something.
LS was a 5-speed too, right?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. But it was just everybody had a Civic. So when you had one of those cars, it was like the step above. You had you were king of the Civics.
That
You were king of the
B18 was the 2JZ back then.
I think
Everybody wanted that motor in their car.
so. The motor that's in there is that a B18 or a B16?
It's a B18.
B18C.
We got the B.
I don't know anything about Hondas. So please don't write to me and say that is
It's
the
a
wrong thing.
B18C.
It's a B18C. It's a B18C1, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Hondas. So next to that Honda Integra is something that you guys have seen quite a bit. My 2003 SL55 Mercedes AMG, and it's something that I probably dropped the ball on for a while. I was going to make this a 6-speed manual, the first of its kind, and that is still in the plans, but I don't know if you know this, I have other projects that are taking precedence. So right now this is just being stored, and we have it on the battery tender, and it's a really, really cool car. I do have some coilovers on it, the first of their kind. We took the ABC Hydro pneumatic suspension off of it, and I love driving this car. It's probably going to get a new interior, and then this is going to be a cool drop-top car just to drive around. It's basically a Hellcat.
That
Of
so
its day.
I've driven that like a couple of days ago for the first time, and I tell you that's a fun car to drive.
It's a fast car. It's like 550 horsepower, a little bit more than that
quick.
in torque.
Yeah, and it's better suspension right now.
You know what? It does not need better suspension. Rex doesn't know what he's talking about. It does not need better suspension. Okay.
I'm also a very bad driver, so
No, Rex is fine. He's only had several accidents, so it's fine. Now, coming down here is my pride and joy right now. The 2016 McLaren 675 LT. This has been, everywhere. We have rebuilt it after it was, broken up in the front and back and rear, and the engine was all disconnected basically. And then we took it to Jay Leno's garage after doing a week-long build at Cannonball Garage in Chicago, and now it's just sitting here. Now it does do daily driver duty every once in a while, but I'm in the process of losing weight, and I'm not there yet, so I'm not in the optimal position to be driving this car, because boy howdy does it turn my hips into paste. So that's really cool. But then up above is the Ferrari 430 Scuderia, and we have converted this car to manual. And not only that, we've had some race car part conversions, so it has center lock wheels. Very, very cool car. We painted it a very nice shade of white lightning. It's a Cadillac color, right? Why are you guys still far? Come over here.
So far away.
Come here, so far away. You're like, I just look at you and you're already out the door. Like, hey guys. There we go. So Jack did a lot of work to this car. Do you remember what this car looked like?
It was smashed. It was pretty bad. This thing, it wasn't bad per se, like the amount of like damage. I don't know. It was a hard hit. But
you say it wasn't bad. So
yeah.
let me tell you what. Like, so you see the bumper starts here, right? When we got the car, the bumper started here.
Yeah. Wasn't good.
No.
But it was a lot of work. I think we touched every single part on that car. I don't think there's one thing that we didn't touch.
Yeah.
Whether it was the transmission change to manual transmission, we did the center lock conversion, all the fiberglass was repaired. It was everything. every single part of the car was touched.
Yeah, yeah. And now it's good. Now it's a great car. Drives down the road straight. It's really fast, and it sounds fantastic. I should put a little clip of what that sounds like. I thought it was more like a. Listen to that engine!
I just love the turning radius on that thing. It's like the best. It's where it's at.
You have to clutch kick it to get the full effect.
It takes me an hour and 30 minutes to back it up on that thing.
So the turning radius on this is quite possibly the worst I've ever experienced on any car, because we have the Ferrari F430 Challenge race car steering rack, which means that full lock is like this. So it's like, you know, we don't have a lot of lock. I mean, it's great on a track, you know, like this is as much as you turn. That's it.
No,
but it's bad with parking.
Yeah, so you don't really park race cars, do you?
No, you really don't.
It's like having a yoke on a Tesla, you know? Like, it's really fun as an idea, but then when you're trying to parallel park it...
So this is how it looks like when you're driving a yoke from a Tesla Model S. And then when you make a U-turn, that steering wheel will do this. So there's a point there when you're holding the freaking steering wheel like this, and then you go that again.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So that's basically what it's like in the Ferrari. So you never want to parallel park an F1 car. Now, what you do want is this. This is the 2001 Porsche 996 Turbo that we actually gifted my friend Matt from E3 Customs. And this is, I mean, it's been sitting for a very long time, and we did a video, a 24-hour build on this car, and I love it, and he loves it, most importantly. Now, we gave the car to him because he's like one of the best people I've ever met. He will give you the shirt off his back. I mean, when we went to give the car to him, I made up this stupid story of I needed help with interior, and we got there at 2 in the morning. The night before, he was due to go to a cruise. He was supposed to go on the cruise like at 9 in the morning, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll help you at 2 in the morning." Like, what was he gonna, break out the sewing machine? Like, what was he gonna?
I don't know, but he was like, "I'll meet you halfway too." We're like,
"Meet you halfway." Yeah. It's a 3-hour drive.
I mean, that's the kind of guy he is, though.
Yeah, but he was down to do literally anything at any point. Yeah. Right before he was going to go on this vacation with his wife. So, like, no, we just gave him the car, and it was a very, very good time. So I'm glad that we could do that. Definitely go check out that video. But right up here is my money no object dream car. This is my Aston Martin DBS, and yes, it's a manual. Now it has 40,000 miles. We just did the oil change on it, and I love driving this thing. It sounds like an old F1 car. And Mr. Ben Collins, Top Gear's old Stig, said that this was one of his favorite cars to drive ever. So basically, I got the Stig's favorite car. So there you go. I really like that. Now here is a car that's very, very special to me. 2022 Porsche 911 GT3. I never thought I would be a Porsche guy now that I have 2 Porsches. Well, now I have just one because we gave that one away. This one I will never, ever, ever get rid of because it was originally purchased by Adam LZ. Are you? What's going on?
I'm just here to take it. It's my favorite car.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the best car in the shop.
Okay. So
I just want to drive it. Please.
Yeah. So Max Speed Mike is back there, and we usually shoo him away when the GT3 is around because he's like a fly to crap. So this car was originally bought by Adam LZ. He spec'd it out from new, and then he drove it about 2,000 miles, and he got, unfortunately, in an accident on the Tail of the Dragon. And then Matt Armstrong bought it after it had been wrecked, and then we rebuilt it here with the help of Jack. So, I mean, Jack was pretty instrumental to that entire build.
I just showed him how to drill rivets out.
Yeah.
And he did a great job.
They
did a great job, man.
Yeah, they drilled, oh boy, they drilled a lot of rivets. I think they spent $400 on drill bits.
So like, there's a thing that I really enjoy, and it's teaching. And I love showing people how to do things on cars. And the best part about teaching is you give them the grunt jobs. And then you say, here you go. And then I'll come back in about, 2 days, and when you're done with that, I'll help you put the rest of the parts in.
Yeah. Here you go. So I let you know how to do it.
Yeah.
I'll see you when you want to kill yourself.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. No, this car came out amazing. Now I've put on about 1,500 miles of it on my own, and Matt has graciously sold it to me. And this is a car I will never ever get rid of. And it's not even close. It is the best manual car I have ever driven. It sounds like a motorcycle. It revs up like a motorcycle. You feel like you're a race car driver. It doesn't have enough power that it wants to kill you. It always feels planted. It feels, very, not twitchy, but feels very connected to the road. And this is probably the best driver's car I've ever had for any amount of money. Now, I'm sure that there's other cars that, probably, knock your socks off, but those cars are millions of dollars.
This thing is great.
Yeah, to me, it's like, it's up there. Yeah, so
there you go. He has a little car vertical.
I have 4 of this shirt. I wear one to sleep every night.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you
I'm
are.
manifesting. I'm manifesting stealing that car from him.
Yeah, he's gonna. Hopefully, there's no fire.
Yeah. No fire.
Who's the chick? Who's the chick? I don't know. Whatever.
Let's cover that.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Cover that up. Yeah.
But that's also the thing too. Like when Rex and I were talking about it, we're like, "What color are you gonna get?"
Yeah.
And then when Tommy got here, we were like, "Hey Tommy, what color are you gonna get?"
Everybody that driven this car
And then they
wants
drive it
one.
and they want one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I let people borrow this car, just to drive it down the street, and it ruins them. Yeah. So, if you can have an experience like this, if you can get a chance to drive a GT3, especially in manual, definitely go do it because it will change your life. Now, something that changed my life was this car. This is my 1999 3000 GT VR4. A lot of you have seen me or heard me talk about it. It is the last year they made them. They only made 287 of this model for the US market. It's all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, twin turbo, 6-speed. Really, really cool tech for the day. And this one is a driver. I got it not too expensively. I think I paid like $7,000 for it originally, but then sold it, and I had to re-buy it back 5 years later after I found it in Dallas. So this was, when I bought it, the nicest car I've ever had up to that point. And this is another thing that I will never, ever, ever sell. Even though the bottom end is, it's bad, isn't it?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
You know what we got? We got some laser gun now.
Yeah, we do have a laser gun that can take rust away, but I think if you point the laser at this, like the car just disappears.
Yeah, it melts down.
Yeah, but I mean you could see it pretty well over here. Okay, this is Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Okay.
I thought only Tacomas did that.
Yeah. No, this is bad.
Yeah.
So it looks like somebody tried to paint this at one point or something, and then they failed miserably because. But honestly, this seems super solid. Super solid. Don't touch it. It's not super solid. Yeah, what I said was a horrible lie. Also, I bought this as a brand new exhaust, brand new stainless steel exhaust, and then I went to the salt flats, and you can see how stainless it is. Yeah, you can. That's how you know it's a good exhaust because there's no rust on it at all. This is a Skyline, R32 Nissan Skyline GTR Nismo. They only made 500 of these for the world. These were homologation cars. Essentially, when Nissan went racing, they needed a bunch of cars to sell to the public in order for them to go racing, and these were the cars that they sold. So this doesn't have things like ABS. It's a lightweight model, so it's a lot lighter than the regular R32, and it is not my car. So I thought that I was going to buy this or trade one of my cars, but things just fell through, and this car just sat here, and this car needs absolutely everything. It needs body work, it needs engine work, it's a really, really cool car, but to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of R32 Skylines right now. I think the market has sort of softened for these cars, but they're an interesting collectible. They're a really cool sort of timepiece and look into that world, especially this one because it has TE37s. Every car looks great with the raised TE37s. It has some coilovers, it has an exhaust, and it's been modified, but this is sort of more of a project than I want to take on, so the owner of this car is going to come get it at some point, but right now we're just storing it for him. But the owner of this car is also going to come to get it at some point. It's not my car. This is really cool, though. So this is a Tesla Model S that has been modified with a V8 and a supercharger by Mr. Richard T. Rebuilds. And I don't know if that's his middle name. It definitely isn't.
I didn't even know. I was surprised when you
Mr.
said
T.
that.
Yeah, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Fool.
Did you know that Rebuilds is his actual last name? Did you know that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's in the book.
It's in the book, yeah.
The guy who the
Don't
greatest
give- no,
DIYer.
Don't give him any. Rich Rebuilds made a Richard T. Rebuilds Esquire wrote a book, the third, wrote a book, and he came by here, didn't give us any copies, so we're not gonna give him any promotion.
can't
Okay?
read.
Yeah, I mean you can't read, but it's
can't
okay.
read.
There's pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do they have it in
Yeah.
Tagalog?
you thought about it.
They do have it in Tagalog. Actually, it's only in Tagalog. It's not in English. So yeah, it's he's Rich Rebuilds is really big in the Philippines.
You told me it was a coloring book.
It was a coloring book. That's the version I got. That's the version I got because I have bad ADHD. I can't read words. So yeah, I mean, he didn't even think about us. So definitely don't go to Amazon and definitely don't go check out that book because he doesn't deserve any of your money. But this is a really, really cool car. It has air suspension, and the guys at Electrified Garage did an amazing job putting this together, and they actually did merge the Tesla and the Haltech system that's in this car. So you can just turn it on. All the Tesla stuff works. It'll navigate you to a supercharger station, which is crazy because the supercharger is in the engine bay. And yeah, it makes a lot of noise. We still have to put it on the dyno, so we have to do a little bit of work to that, but that's okay because it's a project. Now, this is not a project. This is my 2015 Mercedes S65 AMG, and this was my daily driver. It still is in some respects, but I've been driving a lot of other stuff daily, like the McLaren and other cars that I have here. But this is quite possibly the nicest daily driver I've ever had, and I love it. I don't think I'm ever really going to get rid of it, but as a Mercedes, it does need some work, and I'll let you listen to the work it needs. So it needs some bushings. It needs some bushings on all four corners because it's a big, heavy car with a lot of torque. So it needs bushings. It needs some mounts and stuff like that. So I'm going to get to that at some point. But I've been driving this thing. It's fantastic. And for those of you who don't know, I got this thing. It was completely like blacked out. It had black vinyl on it and it looked terrible. And then we ended up putting a 2020 body kit front and rear, 2020 headlights and taillights. And it looks amazing. It looks really good. It looks almost like a new car, even though it has almost 90,000 miles on it. We also got it repainted and it looks great. So this is one of my favorite cars. And I have no complaints.
I do.
Why do you have complaints?
Every time I drive that car, my bank account notifies me that I'm losing a lot of money.
So okay, so Rex is. It's not that bad. So this car.
It is that bad.
It does have a.
When you step on the gas, you can see the freaking the fuel
Yeah.
line goes down with the gas.
Okay, yeah, it's not great on gas, but it does have a sensor that sees the net worth of the person behind the wheel. Okay, and it adjusts the experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
13 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we're getting 12, but like if Elon Musk goes in there, it goes backwards.
Yeah.
You know, like it just the gas tank refills itself. Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
definitely a fun experience. Amazing car. Sounds amazing. It's just I can't afford that gas.
That's okay. Well, you don't need to afford gas because
No, not anymore.
Rex just bought that over there. So that's the Tesla that Rex just bought, and that's going to be coming up in a future episode on this channel, actually probably the next video or two. So now I want to show you guys something really cool, and it's actually how we edit all of these second channel videos and some of the first channel and some of the reels. And that is Tommy's workstation over there that we just got, and this is really cool. Actually, before we do that, I know you guys are gonna ask me about this car. This car is a Autozam Az1, and this is what is called a K car. Or K-Jidosha in Japan. This is a Japanese-only car. They were limited in size and engine displacement. So this is a 660cc car that makes about 62 horsepower. It's 3-cylinder and turbocharged. And the piece de resistance is gull wing doors, baby. This is a mid-engined rocket ship. when I say rocket ship, it probably has a top speed of like 91 miles an hour, and it's really, really sketchy when you get there. But it's super cool because, you know, even though it looks small, there's plenty of space inside. And let me demonstrate how much. Let me demonstrate how much space. Oh, first, you have to take your leg and snap it backwards. All right, so you make sure that your knees buckle, and if you fall, then yeah, you're probably gonna break your back. But look at how much space I have in here. So 2 adults may be a problem in this.
This thing just lowered 3 inches.
Yeah, it did. So I love cars that you can just, you know, put your hand out and then you can touch the floor. Look at that. You know, knock on wood.
So how the hell were you driving this?
So I was driving this because look, you can like you can make left turns by just like, see, that's really good.
Were
So
you driving it with your legs earlier?
I was driving.
How
with my
were
legs.
you shifting?
I was shifting with my left knee. So you can put it in gear. And fifth is a problem. It's a problem, but that's okay because this has a lot of power. It has a little tiny turbo, and
How fast were you going on it today?
I was going. So I don't want to admit how fast I was going because law enforcement may be watching, but it gets up to like 80 miles an hour, and when you're there, you feel almost safe. So yeah, this is really cool. The next best part about this car is getting out of it. So all you have to do is put your butt on the sill, break your legs again, and then yeah, that's good. That's a good experience. Now this is also in a Alitalia livery made to look sort of like a Lancia Stratos, and I'm thinking, what if we made this look like a little Ferrari F40?
That
Dope.
would be. What
be
color
cool.
are we gonna go with?
Red. We got to do red.
Gotta do red.
That'd be,
Yeah. So there is a kit, I believe Liberty Walk makes it, and that turns this car into a mini F40, and I love that kit. Now it's super expensive, so I don't want to throw too much money at this car, but if Liberty Walk is watching, give us a kit. Give me a kit for this car, please, because we'll take it to SEMA. Guys, let's do a SEMA build. SEMA build. SEMA build. Okay. Bye.
I'll just take my bed right now.
Are those legit T37s?
Yeah, they're tiny little TE37s, you know? They're a lowercase TE 37s. Yeah.
It's T.
Yeah, the TE 37s.
They're teeny.
So, yeah, they tans, but I keep them clean, you know?
Teeny 37.
Yeah, teeny 37. So this car does have a little bit of body roll.
There's no sway bars on it, right?
No.
You don't need sway bars in
Yeah,
that car.
there's no weight on it either. So. There you go. Welcome everyone to Tommy, my editor for the second channel, and he's that's a good hug. That is a good hug. So Tommy does a lot of editing for the second channel. He does the reels editing, and he also does the behind the scenes camera work, or behind the camera work rather, holding the camera. So this is the editing station that we're using, and this is only possible because we got an awesome PC from Origin PC. Now, this thing down here is an absolute beast. Not only does it have like custom Tavarish branding here, you can see the Origin logo, but it has an RTX 4090 graphics card, which is the top of the line, the top thing you can get. And the computer itself is no slouch. So it has an Intel i9 13900KS processor. It has 64 gigs of RAM, and it has a 2 terabyte SSD and then a 2 terabyte hard drive. So we can definitely edit anything we need. And the reason why we got this really super wide screen, by the way, this is Tommy's actual car. Look at how much real estate you have here. And since we have so much processing power, it is crazy. Like, you can just go to, this is 4K, 10-bit for those of you geeks in the audience that want to know what we shoot in. Like, you can just go to any clip and there's no lag at all, and it's fantastic. It is the best editing setup I could ever ask for. Not only did they hook us up with this amazing editing setup, but I got something for when I go on the road. I got this. So this is their laptop, and it is dope. That.
Yeah, it's your face.
Yep. Oh, turns out I'm looking at Skylines. So look at how many tabs I have open. Okay, don't look into what those tabs are. That's not important. But this is, for all intents and purposes, just as beefy as that desktop is. And this is going to be a really amazing editing setup for when I go overseas and I need to put videos out, because I can't tell you how many times I've had, videos not go out just because my PC was overheating. It just wouldn't be able to take the kind of videos that we're making here because it's too much, it's too taxing on the processor. So thank you very, very much to Origin PC. We're going to be doing more with them, and you're going to see these PCs more in the videos, and you're going to see the amazing quality that these things can render. So I'm super excited about that. Now, we're sort of done in this clean space. We have to go get dirty in the other shop, the other new shop.
You go there and they don't let you pick them.
They don't let you pick anymore?
No.
Really?
I just say, can I get a dozen of sword? They're like, all right, pull up. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the new shop. This is, well, where we're going to do a lot of our dirty, dirty business. The guys over there are sitting down because they're tired. It's the end of the day, and I'm yelling because I want to have lots of energy to share with you how much work we've done. So come on. So not only did we get the Benpack auto stackers in the other shop, but we got these amazing new Benpack 2 posts. We got one right here and one over there, and we have a Benpack 4 post right in the middle. So if we need to pull any cars in, we'll have space to do anything we want. Also, if any YouTubers like Matt Armstrong want to come in and do any work, now we can just give them one of the 2 posts and we can do all of our stuff on the other 2 posts. So that's going to be really, really cool. Now, there's a lot of parts. There's a lot of tools strewn across everywhere. This is the Audi R8 V10. That's the Audi R8 V8. That's my Aston Martin V8 Vantage. And there's a weird Mazda RX-8. I don't know why we have that here, honestly. That's Tommy's car. But
Because you love rotaries.
I don't love rotaries. Don't you ever say that. I don't want anybody to know that. Okay?
But what about that?
They're not. So
they're
we
really
do have a
reliable.
rotary over there. What?
They're really reliable, just like the people who drive them and build them.
They are very reliable. Yeah. Everybody who drives rotaries are very reliable people and also insane, because Rex said that. But no, this shop used to be, well, this was the shop next door to mine, but it used to be a hot rod shop, and that's why you have this sort of hot rod floor. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing?
Hold on.
Nothing?
There you go. There you go.
Am I dunced?
Yeah, no.
What's that?
No.
Oh.
Get silicone, idiot. All right. Yeah, so this shop needs some work. It needs some work in lighting because it's very dark in here. And it also needs some work in the AC department. There ain't no AC in here, even though there is a lot of insulation and stuff, and the doors are actually nicer. So I'm really excited to start work in this shop. And you see some of my old projects back there. You see the Lamborghini Gallardo, E46 M3, my Toyota Supra. And underneath the Toyota Supra would be my McLaren P1 if it wasn't at another shop getting some carbon fiber work done. You're going to see that on the next P1 episode. But right here is something that makes me kind of excited because this is Jack's space. So we gave Jack this space because he kept complaining and crying. And he was like, when am I finally going to have some room for my projects? When are you going to think about me? And I'm like, Jack, come on. Not everything is about you, dude. You're just...
It's all about
Yeah, it's always all about Jack.
It's not about you.
It also smells, by the way.
It does smell. Jack, you need to finish your projects, dude. I don't know how to tell you this. I have a P1. Audi R8. We have a Lambo over there. Look at what Jack brings. Look at this. Look at this. This is it. First of all, it smells. It's probably carcinogenic. We're all getting sick. He's not paying the bills. What's going on? No, this is a really, really cool project, and I'm so glad that Jack is doing it. So this is on Jack's channel. Jack builds it. By the way, if you aren't subscribed, go subscribe to it right now. It is totally, totally worth it. This is a Noble M400 project that Jack is doing, and the Noble M400 is an awesome British supercar, and it's sort of homemade. It's like kit car-y, but it does everything that like a McLaren or Ferrari or Porsche would do. It's really, really fast. It has a V6 with twin turbos. It's mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. And they only made about, how many did they make? 85 for the world?
85 400s for the U.S.
85 okay, so they made 85 M400 Nobles for the U.S. market, and it is an incredibly rare car. So definitely go check that out, because Jack definitely has his work cut out in front of him. In fact, he cut out a lot of the work himself today, and that's why he's very tired. And you know, definitely go cheer him on, because he absolutely deserves every single vote of praise. Over here is, I mean, more tools and stuff that we're just going to be using in all of our builds. We have lots of space here where the P1 is gonna go, and I am super excited because, well, this is gonna be the start of some really major undertakings and some really important and awesome content that I think you guys will love. But we're not done with the shop tour. I know that we've rambled a lot and you've seen a lot. We still got some other shops to go. So welcome to what is the storage shop number 1. We actually don't have any plans for this shop, but it's a really cool shop and a really cool space. Now, you'll see a lot of projects that we either haven't introduced on the channel or we have had on the channel many years ago, and they're sort of on mothballs and on the back burner. So this is my F355 Ferrari project that was burned, and then we got a roof for it. We took the windshield out, and honestly, it's just been sitting here because it is a really big project, and we have a lot of other really big projects that we have to get done before this. But this shop it's a 2,500 square foot shop. We have some cars, and we have 2 really cool auto stacker lifts from Benpack. We have them installed just so we can put 4 cars right here in the middle. And I honestly don't know what we're going to do with the shop. I am trying to convince Matt from E3 Customs. He's actually over there. So Matt should come up here, because he's in South Florida. He should come up here, and he should have an interior shop all in his own. That way we can have an interior shop that is connected to our series of shops. There's a truck outside.
A few moments later.
So what Matt told me is that he actually doesn't need a lot to make an interior shop out of something like this, and I'm gonna hold him to that, because we've made the shop for you, Matt. This is exactly to your specifications, and it's move-in ready.
Yeah, big open space.
Yeah.
No, this is your work spot, right?
No.
Put a table right
Actually, at my house, this is what I work out of.
We've only rented this space out for you, so yeah.
Perfect.
If you can work between 2 cars, that'd be fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, you'll see kind of behind the camera, there's a bunch of wheels and stuff. This is not mine. I wish it was. These are a bunch of Porsche wheels for a shop in the area. They bought a bunch of Porsche race cars, and they come with a lot of spare parts. So all this stuff is not mine. I wish it was, because these look expensive. And we could probably sell them because, well, they're race car parts. But what's really cool is over here, we have a giant rotary air compressor that could, it could run some air tools, it could run some tools for body work and all that stuff, or it could run a hospital. I think did it run a hospital?
It could, yeah. We were using that for dry ice cleaning. That was the main compressor we had for dry ice cleaning before all this new technology. And that they say that could run a hospital if you wanted to. So
I always thought hospitals ran on electricity, but apparently they're air powered. Yeah, I didn't know that. This is one shop, but this is pretty cool. It has hex lighting and things like that. But we have another shop that we hadn't showed you in the last update, and that is next door. And we have been quite a bit busy on that shop as well. So let's go over there. Welcome to the final shop. This is our part shop where we have all of our spare parts, and boy howdy do we have a lot of them. So we have parts from all these different cars. We have BMW M3 parts, we have McLaren parts, we have Toyota Supra parts, we have a K swap.
we're
for
selling that.
Yeah, we're selling a lot of stuff.
The case swap, I mean.
Rex said we're selling the case swap.
No, why not? I'm just kidding. That goes to our dear friend, Mike.
So the case swap is going to our dear friend. Maybe, you know, Mike, if you're watching this, you're on thin ice, buddy. So we have a Lotus engine, we have some P1 clamshell scraps, and a bunch of other stuff. And this is, well, most of it is going to go on our new eBay store. I'll link that in the video description below. But we're going to have a lot of spare parts that, you know, we don't need from our projects. We're going to have a lot of scrap like this that we'll probably sign, and, you know, little mementos from our builds. So go check that out. But I'm really excited about this space because it allows us to clean all the other shops and have a place to put all these parts that are just cluttering up our lives. Because I don't know about you, when I see a bunch of parts and cars and everything taken apart, I start to get really nervous and anxious. So this helps out quite a bit. Now, just moving down here, we have a Lexus ISF complete drivetrain. We have some wheels from a BMW M3, a muffler from a 911 GT3. Then we have all of this stuff, which is, I have no idea. I really don't know what's in there. It could be animals. Then we have some seats from a Ferrari F455, a top for my Lamborghini Gallardo. A lot of you have been asking about what I'm going to do with my Lamborghini Gallardo. The top never worked. Well, I got a brand new top. Well, not a brand new top, but one that works. This is from J&J Auto Wrecking. They provided this top, and hopefully that's going to be going in the car pretty soon. Then we have a transmission for a Supra, transmission for a Lamborghini Murcielago, an Audi R8 engine. We have an Audi RS6 engine that's been, well, modified by Matt Armstrong because he blew the engine. It has a giant hole in it. Then we have some P1 stuff, some Noble stuff. We have a bunch of boxes here, a lot of wiring, P1 wheels, an engine for a car that we haven't debuted yet. Then we have a 12-cylinder Lamborghini engine and a bunch of other carbon fiber bits. And that's not even scratching the surface because behind you is even more stuff for a car that we haven't debuted on the channel yet. Parts and parts as far as the eye can see. So we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen, and I really enjoy sharing all this with you. I want you guys to subscribe if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the main channel, subscribe to this channel, because we are doing quite a bit. We have a big team, and we want to have the best builds and the most exciting builds on YouTube, and I think we're gonna get there. In the next update, we should have more stuff on the P1, more stuff on all the other projects, and we're gonna have a lot more projects for you guys to see. But until next time, you know, wrench every day, you know, get your hands dirty and have fun while you're doing it. See ya.